there it is. Maxi, NAVI has done it. Kazuma gets it done. That was a crazy queen charge. That was a 200 IQ play right there. And Synthe now comes in with the Hog Riders, marching across this base, Woody.
Should be able to finish it off. Alfonso finds the first 3-star of this war, and RV&T are looking confident to advance. Badsinger have got to hold on for dear life because here comes the thunder. Marc is storming in for victory.
No threat for the backside. Here comes
they
the king now. This
down.
base is crippled. KingsMan just needs to beat the clock now. And Kazuma will be going in next. He will strike for NAVI with a queen charge into Lalo. And it is another box base. We're seeing the dual rage towers. We've seen how dangerous that rage tower is by the town hall. We've seen how dangerous the rage tower is surrounded by multi-infernos around the Eagle artillery. There is no easy side of this base. But Kazuma opting to charge the town hall to try to get that multi-inferno down early. And as he makes his way forward, we will have the CC drawn out. Unless he can pull it out early, he will be locked onto the monolith when he fights the CC, and obviously that always presents some problems, and we'll see how he handles it here. But he wall breaks into the multi-inferno, and looks like he'll have a direct line approach into the town hall area, and there's a ton of damage right there, especially when that rage tower pops, and the dual ground Expo picks up. That's how Gaku's queen died through ability early on in the war, and Kazuma able to push through, stay alive, but he still has a lot more time that this damage will be sustained on him, Maxi.
Yes, but he did so good there with the invisibility spell, because we know that the Warden actually does so much damage, and using another invisibility spell. He was prepared for that, but the rage was a little late. Okay, reacting right there with the freeze. Monolith is on the queen, but he sent the king in just in time. We can see how much thought Kazuma has put into this charge with the number of spells that he brought. And now the queen will have to face the monolith and the clan caster troops in just a second, standing in the town hall poison. That could be devastating. That's why he uses the queen ability right away. And notice how he has 2 wall breakers left, so he wants to still get deep into the base, I think.
Oh yeah, he's not done with his queen. She wants to go all the way into the Eagle artillery and the 2 multi-infernos. He wants even more than this queen has already claimed. He's got the freezes. Slammer comes in at the bottom, Lalo in from the left, and he's got his road champion with her ability as she fights off the defensive CC. The queen's able to avoid the CC and get directly to that monolith with her ability, but that means she does not have an ability for the defensive queen on the backside, so have a freeze on standby. Be ready to protect her, and I guess the Blues need to get the ward ability. Okay, he waited as long as he could there, and he still hasn't popped it. Maybe he's waiting for the Blues to get targeted. He is delaying his ward ability for eternity there. Finally pops it, and he did end up losing his queen, but the healer is transferred over to the world champion and will continue the charge, and he snuck in headhunters to cross through under the ward ability, and he reaches across the base, and there it is. Maxi, NAVI has done it. Kazuma gets it done. That was a crazy queen charge, and he pulls through in the end, passes the Silas off, and locking in our first triple of the war.
Yeah, that was a brilliant attack there, not gonna lie. The value there, the way he planned out this charge, like he estimated exactly how much damage would rate.
Have still got a little bit of an opportunity to make the win here, but if anyone could be the closer to start the beginning of the end, it would be Synthe. Certainly one of the strongest attackers in the game, and in an all-star lineup for Imperium Titans, a standout in his own right. A big percentage lead and another star to their name. Can Imperium Titans continue this path of glory with Synthe at the top?
Well, I mean, at his side there, if you look at his camera, he's got his trusty Hog Rider there, and he's got 31 of them to bring to the field here. Synthe, the Hog Master, gonna be sending in that flame from the right side. He uses an Electro Dragon and the Queen to fight off the defensive CC. No reason to go in with his typical Skelly Donut to go try to secure the CC takedown when it is so exposed on the edge of the base there. Quickly handles it and wall breaks the queen through, but that Eagle artillery, or the town hall, I mean, activated because of that Electro Dragon chain. So he's gonna have to have the queen ability to lock onto it, but she is calculated perfectly there. And the Electro Dragon was able to chain through and get the invisibility tower to trigger early, so not only did he get it, but he got it more spell efficiently than he would otherwise. That was a 200 IQ play right there, and Synthe now comes in with the Hog Riders, marching across this base, Woody.
Big hammers ready to swing right in Latif's face. That enemy Urger Queen's going to be no problem at all, with plenty of Headhunter to support with this big hog army. Not even swapping for the hybrid this time. He says, miners, who needs them? I'm hopping over these walls and I am busting up these defenses one at a time until they all go down. He's got one more freeze left to commit, but man, he's taking a lot of damage here along the bottom side, letting these multi-target Infernos just fire away. Finally, the CC troops are going to come in and the cavalry has arrived, but is it enough to rout the defenses set up by Latif? One more multi-Inferno ready to shoot off, and yes, he's done it! Oh, swing that hammer! Synthe, the master of disaster, has demolished this base, and he is gonna march onward to victory for Empyrean Titans. They are so confidently in the lead now, and it is all smiles on their side of the bench, Eric. There's just too many buildings to have to try to get the pathing down perfectly in such a short amount of time that they have to prepare these attacks. They are going to be left very short now, with Mega Elite barely having 30.8% average in those first two hits. I really needing to push that percentage up. I don't see any way for them to win on percentage, and with not yet any 3 stars, RB&T have done a lot of work just on holding defense early on.
Yes, and the percentages can be overcome later, and then if they get a defense here, they could easily just win it on stars if they can get a follow-up triple, but he does get a partial CC pull. There's a couple archers pull out of there. The wall breaks, these wall breaks were kind of interesting. He did 2 separate wall breaks in the same compartment, so the queen could walk in, but also, before the wall breakers didn't have a wall to target, he gets an opportunity for them to leave the base and get the queen to walk around. He's already got the funnel along the left side of the base, and this queen is gonna walk all the way through the loop, and she's gonna dump out towards the town hall. But he has that invisibility tower, he has the models, he has the rest of the defensive CC pull, and he needs to secure the town hall at a bare minimum with this queen, because he's investing everything else on the opposite side of the base right now, and he's not going to have a lot of backup methods to secure the town hall if this goes wrong. Lay on the freeze.
Grandward along the bottom side here, ready to pivot off to support these Dragon Riders, but he's having to devote a lot of attention to this town hall now. Drops the invisibility spell to help out with that queen charge into that compartment, and she'll be able to pop off against an enemy single target Inferno as well. A monolith is locked on, and that's going to be a lot more DPS dished out onto her. Alfonso is very careful with enemy ice golems to try to keep his queen alive. Drops another free spell to support her, but there are no spells left in this army, and with just that royal champion ready to toss her shield and a few more minions to stack on top, Alfonso is going to be crossing his fingers and praying that he make it all the way through. It's not over yet, though, and he's got a lot to be celebrating right now with 2 Dragon Riders. In fact, count them, 3 Dragon Riders still healthy and flying over this base. Air defense on the backside could have caused a problem for maybe 1 or 2, but all 3 of them now floating on in should be able to finish it off. Alfonso finds the first 3-star of this war, and RB&T are looking confident to advance.
And now we can see INQ Marc at the bottom of your screen, guys, and he will come in with the deciding attack. Remember, 79% is the tie, 80% is what he aims to get to make sure they win the war.
Let's see if he can get it done. Marc has brought in Electro Dragons again for this Queen Charge army out on the left. Electro Dragons are just so beefy and strong and reliable. But that's just what the same thing I said about the Super Witches is. It's all about the shaping up of this early strike and how he sets the funnel for these Electro Dragons to follow. I'm liking a lot how he started so far, and with the recall spell out and down now, the Queen is going to make her attack along the top corner of this base. Should get another air defense down, and Marc is looking very confident to get the second one out on the right corner with the Flame Flinger. You start to see a smile creeping onto his face because you know things are going well early on for him. The Electro Dragons are down now. Stack on a Grand Warden. add the balloons in, and that is a recipe for disaster on Cadil's base. Badzinger have got to hold on for dear life because here comes the thunder. Marc is storming in for victory.
Yes, but you know, the town hall is pretty far inside the base, so he needs to get this town hall. So early warden ability now there might be a tornado trap, there is not so far, but this one Electro Dragon is in the single inferno. He needs to get another blow onto the town hall, and he just gets it before it goes down. He got the second star, Woody, but now it's about percentage. 80%, remember, and I think he's looking good. He has the royal champion, he has the king. Just deploy the king at the bottom side, for example, at 6 o'clock. There are so many free building, and he will make sure that his team gets to the next match in the winners bracket. But Woody, I think he's not worrying about percentage anymore. He knows that he could even turn this into a 3-star if he is keeping his heroes alive for the longest time. Royal champion taking out the single, queen on the eagle artillery, king going strong, and Marc showed us no nerves today. Unfortunately, pops the king ability in the tornado trap, but I think it's still close, but you know, he won't care about if it's a triple. These 2 stars, I said it when I was still an active player, these 2 stars are worth more than any 3-star you'll ever get, because it will get your team a very much needed victory. And as I'm saying this, he is making sure it becomes a 3-star anyways. Woody, what a great closer here. INQ Marc getting Inquisition the victory, making sure they go to the next round as winners.
INQ has blotted out Badzinger from the upper bracket, and they will move on victorious.
Yeah, keep your cool here. Keep your cool. KingsMan will be going in next. He's got a Queen Charge recall into Electro Dragons. Flamefinger on standby here. Got Rage Tower on the far left side of the base, with all 3 multi-infernos surrounding it. Ground expos around the town hall. Invisibility tower protecting at the town hall and the monolith. Very interesting base here. Klaus on defense, and here we go. Queen's going to be deploying directly to the defensive king. Finds a Tesla farm right on the drop there. That's going to require some extra investment. The Queen's not sustaining. She has a little bit of time to work with. He throws the Flameflinger right there. So interesting deployment of the Flameflinger to push in wherever the Queen leaves off. But if she just goes through and clears out the defensive king, he didn't have to burn any rages, surprisingly. And he will get the buildings cleared out of the way there. So that the Flameflinger...
Look at the traps.
He's still alive though, he's still fine, and he hasn't burned any spells, and he can pull the queen out of there, and he's cleared the way for this Flameflinger to continue where she left off, and he can push her over to a completely different section of the base and let that thing roll.
Wow, that is really cool. A really good value there, and the Flameflinger will continue to get some good value as well. Yeah, I mean, very creative hit there for the final match, to be honest. And we haven't seen that from KingsMan, but now we can see what we have talked about earlier. You shape up the outsides of this town hall, and then you send the Electro Dragons in. Now I really hope that this Dark Elixir drill there at the bottom of the screen next to this Wizard Tower will not pull any troops to the outside. Now he has to do some cross multitasking with the Warden ability, with the Queen on the outside, doing several things at the same time. But oh, there's one Electro Dragon taking on the enemy Royal Champion. Is actually really good for him because that means less damage for his Queen. Now the Monolith has to go down, and it does. This is looking so good, Eric.
Wow.
The Queen though is in danger. Queen,
she is, but she has her ability. And look at this, the Electro Dragons in the core of the base there have the Expos under control. If they get those Expos down, there will be no threat for the backside. Here comes the king now. This base is crippled. KingsMan just needs to beat the clock now, and he's got the Flameflinger troops coming out to reinforce as well. He's got Electro Dragons at full HP down to the scatter shot. This is crushed. Ladies and gentlemen, Imperium Titans swing the war as we go to the final set of attacks there, and this final exchange will decide who advances to the World Championship.